start a new stream today. This time we don't have a before the stream kind of video starting soon where I say, hey, in a while, new stream, this and that going on. That got me a lower volume a little bit because I doubt you guys can hear me. Even I can hear me. And that's because I have a microphone very close to me. And now I'm gonna be posting on Twitter that I am doing art on Twitch. But it's a Netflix original. It isn't. But apparently things make more success if you say that it's a Netflix original show. Or, well, as long as you say that it's a Netflix original, things seems to perform better. I'm gonna be doing that. Same thing on Discord as well. Let's go and say art stream time, but it's a Netflix original with a link to the thingy. And find a thingy that I'm gonna be posting on Twitter. There we go. Now it's up on Twitter, I hope. I'm almost sure it is up on Twitter. Is it? Is it? Is it up? Yes, it is up. Oh damn it, I posted the wrong one. I suck at doing this. My dog. Oh well. On the bright side though, you guys are here with me, I hope. So I think we're more or less ready to start up on a new day of stream shenanigans. Have I posted? Where is it? Okay, there it goes. It's wrong, but I'm sure I already fixed it once. I don't wanna fix it again. Anywho. Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. My name is Douglas and we're gonna be doing some art today. And look at that, it's a Netflix original and there's a 3D doggo on the screen now. Ha, ha, ha. And also Oni, hello there, welcome to the stream. So that let's Netflix and chill, but the safe for work way, not the lewd Netflix and chill. Exactly. We're gonna be doing some safe for work chill with the Netflix today. So what we, or by we I mean mostly I, am going to be doing today is decreasing the music volume because it's too loud. These musics that I have gotten, they are a touch too loud, and I am not really a huge fan of loud music. I don't know why they are even this loud. They shouldn't be that loud. But anywho, we're gonna have music going on. But anyway, how are you doing today, Oni? Welcome to the stream. And I'm gonna be working on the new comic pages, them being page 16, then page 17, then page 18, then page 19, but of course that is a dream. I'm not gonna be able to do all of them at once. I'm gonna be doing only page numero 16. This is the layouts. I did this on paper, that's so you guys can know more or less what's going on. And then this is an ES, which is short for establishing shot, which means it's not gonna be characters and stuff, it's gonna be a background shot, well, scenery shot of the entire city. And then this next panel is gonna be another establishing shot of a train station with two characters. Well, since it's an establishing shot of a train station, I reckon there should be a few more characters going on, but only two we want to focus on. Goddammit. Then we're gonna have a panel with two characters saying their lines, then a mid panel with a character doing a noticing, and then a last panel with two other characters. So initially I did it like this. I don't know why I did it like this, but I changed my mind midway. I decided that horizontal panels didn't work very well for showing what I wanted to show, hence why I went and changed them to vertical panels. So now it's more visible, the characters and their profiles. So what we're gonna be doing now is gonna be finishing up illustrating these two characters here, then do the line art for them, then figure out how the heck here we're gonna do the establishing shot for panel 1 and panel 2. Train station. And also, Oni, you said that you're doing good. That's great. But I have seen posts, not sure though what they are about, on Discord saying where you said that you're not doing so well. Are you sick or something? I didn't pay a whole lot of attention, but what's going on with you, Oni? What's up? And also, hello there, Dr. Duck. Hello and welcome to the stream. How are you doing? How's it going? And what happened to my face? I became a wolf. I'm not a wolf. I'm a doggo. I just look an awful lot like a wolf because I'm. I don't even know. I was supposed to be a doggo, but doggos look an awful lot like wolfos every now and then, so that's a thing. It's not a serious condition, and it can improve, and it not only can but will improve when I have a look-see at it this weekend. But for now, there you go. I'm what's the term I'm looking for? Well, I don't even know. It's gonna get better, I promise. And Ani, you're hella sick. And if you change your name, the Streamlabs won't transfer the credits. Trust me, it happened. Don't know. You say you gotta work up your thing again. What thing? Which thing? What are you talking about? But yeah, if you change your name and you're using a bot that kind of tracks points or anything, you lose them when you change your name, because the bots, they're not very smart and they attach your points to your name, to a name, and if you change your username, there's a huge possibility that you may go and lose those points. So just a thing to look up for. But anyway, only you said Doug give Stream Dr. Duck 1,000 good boy pounds from your points. Let me check what's going on here. The whole currency thing. Don't know. Donald Duck, you had 284 points, so I'm gonna transfer those to your new thing. And you also had 488 points from your previous username. 488 plus 284, that's 772. Plus your new 2, that's 700. 74. There you go, now I have a lot of points. Now you should be able to use all your commands unhindered and unstopped. There you go, I fixed it. I did a thing and I fixed it. And hello there, General Kenobi, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Also, you said hello there, you passed the anatomy exam, are you proud? You better believe I am proud. It's amazing when people pass exams, whatever they are for. Congratulations, General Kenobi. And how are you doing today? In this delicious day of the chores that we're having. Which would be more delicious if I were a little bit further ahead with this page that I'm working on, but I'm not because I'm a lazy feck, which means I have not worked on it, and now it's a late page as always. And also hello there, Nathan, welcome to the stream as well. How's it going? How are you doing today? Don't know, you say thank you. This will be my payment for a long time. And then you say one thing you hate the most sometimes, the bit rate gets too high for your phone. Does it? I don't know why it does that. It's possibly well, the bit rate is already high. So that's the thing, it's already high, so I don't know why it would get higher or lower. Like, it should always be constant, it should always be high or always low, but I don't know why that happens. I'm sorry, Yoni. And Nathan, you're still sick, but feel a little better. Oh, that's good to hear. I guess it's winter over there is being kind of harsh, isn't it? I don't know if that has anything to do with you being ill, but I would imagine that a much harsher winter makes people a little bit more vulnerable to the weather effects and all the other things that happen. And also, Oni, you said, plus what's going on? Everyone is getting sick, you're sick, your skilled modeler Nathan is sick, and well, you need to come up with a third person. You can't say that everyone is sick and then just name two, you have to name a third. So who is the third person who is going to get sick? Possibly Bamboozle, because they won't know they're sick until you say so. And they'll be like, well, where did this illness came from? I don't remember contracting anything. And I also, General Kenobi, I forgot how anatomy works myself, because normally I would have had a much easier time drawing a character just doing a simple walk, but now for whatever reason I can't. So even though you are doing me a proud, I am not doing anyone a proud because anatomy keeps eluding me. Don't know, you said that you just fell yesterday on your head and stretched your legs so you're relaxing, since that will take time for your body to heal. What happened? Whatever you just described doesn't feel like something that should happen on your everyday life. So what happened? Hope you're doing good, by the way. that you're doing okay, and that you're not in too much pain. And only your RL buddy Nathan is sick. The Dance Rush squad is sick. The who? Dance Rush squad. Well, who are those? What are those? I don't know. You said that slippery snow and ice. You're doing alright now. Yesterday was worse. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You guys probably have ice and snow all over the place. Well, that's still the slightly fun part about living in a tropical country. You don't get to feel. You don't get to feel. You don't get to have ice. Pretty much, never. You don't ever get ice. But and on the bright side, we can plant other stuff of plants that normally doesn't grow in places. Well, doesn't grow very well in places that where it gets sub-zero temperatures. So I'm trying to focus here on this, these characters, their poses, their everything. I'm not very good at that though, so I will apologize if this doesn't look good enough for any of you. Or if I become too quiet because I'm trying to focus here. Because I don't know why this 3 weeks I have been away. I have done not a single drawing during all that time, and when you spend that long without drawing, you kind of forget how drawing works. It's not, which isn't very fun, you know. Forgetting all those basics of illustration that you spend so much time learning. And you're right, Oni. I should do warm-up sketches, but I'm late enough with this page that I am afraid that, you know, doing warm-up sketches will not get me up to speed whatsoever. Also, I already did warm-up sketches earlier today, illustrating this true here in the corner. So yeah. And only you said that the group you joined that plays Dance Rush at the arcade, the Dance Rush squad. Oh no. And Dono, you said, yep, welcome to Winter Mountain and Frisky Forest of Norway. Well, look, sounds like a nice place and time to take delicious photos, but I don't know. Sounds like a nice place and time to take delicious photos, but I don't know. Sounds like a nice place and time to take delicious photos, but I don't know. Sounds like a nice place and time to take delicious photos, but I don't know. Sounds like a nice place and time to take delicious photos, but I don't know. Sounds like a nice place and time to take delicious photos, but I don't know. Sounds like a nice place and time to take delicious photos, but I don't know. Sounds like a nice place and time to take delicious photos, but I don't know. Sounds like a nice place and time to take delicious photos, but I don't know. Sounds like a nice place and time to take delicious photos, but I don't know. Sounds like a nice place and time to take delicious photos, but I don't know. Sounds like a nice place and time to take delicious photos, but I don't know. Sounds like a nice place and time to take delicious photos, but I don't know. Sounds like a nice place and time to take delicious photos, but I don't know. Sounds like a nice place and time to take delicious photos, but I don't know. Sounds like a nice place and that aside, well, hope you're doing okay. And Oni says the casuals. What casuals are you talking about? And don't you say maybe you needed some time to replan and calculate how far you're doing so far? What? Well, what I needed truly was to have started working on this earlier in the week, so I wouldn't get so near to the posting day with so little work done. And now I'm gonna draw them damn delicious little faces. I don't remember how they look like exactly, so I'm gonna keep bouncing back and forth between previous pages to look up references. Because I don't have a reference file per se, I have to look up how I drew them in previous pages to make sure I get them right. I don't know, you said that you mentioned 3 weeks of... That's when you responded. Maybe your subconscious wanted you to relax and reflect. Maybe. I mean, it always does wants to chill and relax and never do anything. And that's the dangerous part. I can't allow it to do that. Because if we're up to my subconscious, I would just stay in bed all day and do nothing. But we can't go about doing that. We need to get up and start working on our projects and everything else we have going on. So, Nathan, you were saying earlier, well, a few months ago, when we first brought up to the table the whole conversation about visual novels and stuff. I do remember you saying, I'm talking about that visual novel extracurricular activities. You were saying that it has too much talk about food and well, too much talk about food and too many dates that end up with the characters having food and whatnot. Was that something that kind of bothered you about it, or something that you wish was different? Because I did go and I played myself a little bit of that game in my vacations to see what the hell was up with it, and I don't remember seeing much talk of food and anything else. There might have been a little bit more than I didn't notice at first, but I don't know. I kept thinking that I at some point, and I noticed, I remember that, and I started to pay closer attention to see if there was gonna pop up any sort of impromptu conversation about food or any kind of, well, a lot of having food and dinner and lunch moments. And I didn't really notice many or any, if anything. I wonder if it's something because of the character whose path I chose to play, or if it's something that you notice with all the characters. And don't know. So that's why you gotta make it fun. Hence, you make a lot of progress when thinking, "Geez, all work." And Nathan said, "Yep. You do not know. You find this funny, little annoying, but more because author has no new ideas to spend time. But it is his choice to choose what his characters do. You think they always eat too much. What is strange for you?" That could be it. Hard to say, really. But yeah, it might be. And also, hello there, Grizz. Welcome to the stream. And yeah, you're looking at a facial rigging of a K9 character here going on, because now we're a Netflix official, which means our funding has gone up, but not really. But if we were, it would have gone up, our funding, which would allow us to go and go crazy on special effects and shit. But anyway, like I said, I kept that in mind when I was playing the game, because I remember you said about that, and I was wondering, wow, is it really that much? Is it really so frequent in the game? But when I played, I didn't notice a whole lot of that, so I wonder if it was indeed that they really do that too much. If it was like one or another character route that has that more than the other characters, or maybe it's that I didn't get too far in the game. But now that you say so, yeah, might be that the developer, the writer, doesn't have a whole lot of ideas on how to spend time, or really doesn't wanna spend too much time researching something if he already has something going on. Nonetheless, I have been thinking about that and what other stuff I could do for my own projects and my own things. And Grizz, you're gonna scream a bit right now. Why? Why? Don't scream. Why would you scream? And Nathan, you do not know how much is too much. It's a decision of the author. I don't know, I have been thinking about that this other day. About things I like and things I don't like in movies and TV shows and writing wise. This is kind of a different subject altogether, but I want to talk a little bit about it. I was thinking about stuff that I don't like in TV shows, and I found out after a lot of thinking that I really do not like kissing scenes. So whenever there's characters having a conversation and then they get too close to one another to the point that their mouths start to touch. I don't know. I find that I don't very much enjoy that. Kissing scenes, I find them a little bit awkward because it kind of pulls me out a little bit of the whole the show, the universe, the scenario. It pulls me out. It makes me think, wow, what do actors go through when they're doing kissing scenes? What do these actors think of when? What are these actors thinking about now? Are they thinking, wow, this person kisses really bad, or wow, this is awkward, they're kissing me, I wonder how my spouse is gonna think when they see this kissing scene, or I don't know. I find that it always pulls me out of whatever little fantasy the creators of the show or the movie or the visual thing are doing when they show characters kissing. And Dono, you say basically, Douglas, you don't like romance. No, I do enjoy romance quite a lot. I just don't like kissing scenes. And Nathan, you said that the actors are pros, so they just act and focus on acting. Yes, I know. They are professionals. They are doing a very good job of convincing me that these are true characters that are in love or in passion and want to kiss one another. But I do find kissing scenes that they throw me out. They throw me out because I think of that. I don't think of these true characters anymore. I start to think about the actors and any other stuff. I just find it awkward when there's a kissing scene going on. And I have been thinking, I have watched many shows and movies where actors or characters kiss for whatever reason, and not always have I been like, I'm not sure, I'm not down with that. And I have been trying to think, when was it that it was acceptable for me to have true characters kissing in media? And if I don't want them to kiss, what else can they do to achieve the same effect? And I have been thinking that true characters kissing is more of a device that the writers use to show that these true characters are in love with one another. So you don't want to have these characters go and say, hey, I'm in love with you, or I feel attracted to you, or something. So instead of showing those things, instead of having the characters say those things, you're going to show them kissing. But can you do that differently? And also, hello there, Shenewi. Hello, and thank you so very much for that delicious follow, and welcome to the pack. How's it going? And don't know, you said you're a voice actor, don't need to be on stage. Best magic and work ever. Indeed. And then it says, but he wanted you to draw you and your husband out kissing during scene. No, that's different. I mean, if it's an illustration, I'm all down for, having an illustration of characters kissing and whatnot. But when you're having a TV show that is not even about this character's romance, it's like, alright, it's a show about aliens, then suddenly randomly have characters kissing. you better have a very good reason for that, otherwise you're kind of wasting time, I feel. So I have been thinking, if you want to show that these characters are in love with one another, you can always have more interesting ways to show that. Like, you can actually show the characters doing stuff for one another that they would not normally do for anyone else, and just let us, the viewers, kind of say, oh, okay, they love one another so much that they're willing to go and do this and that. Or you have a kissing scene because you want to have a sex scene right after. And if that's the case, we don't need to see the kissing, just go straight ahead to the sex scene. Or if that's even the case, if you just have the kissing scene because you want to have the sex scene, but you can't show sexy scenes, then just skip to after it. Have the characters show up to one another and be like, hey, how's it going? Do you want to come in for a cup of coffee? And then have the next scene be them after sex and in bed being like, wow, I didn't expect that. And in the last case, you probably want to have well, you want to have two characters kissing because you want to show that they're intimate enough, and like the other, like I said before, if you just want to show how close these two characters are, there's better ways to go about doing that than say, hey, let's just throw in a kissing scene here in the middle. And Nathan said that kissing is a really intimate things. The camera invade this intimacy is a little fake, but movie convention need this to work. And Chen, you say, hey, you can just say Chen, soft CH please, and you are good. Oh, that's great to hear. And I don't know how is a soft CH. What would be a hard CH and what would be a soft CH? I'd imagine it's Shen instead of Chen or Sen. I'm not 100% sure. In any case, and champagne is soft CH. Champagne. Okay, so Shen. I'll keep that in mind. And once again, welcome to the stream. And Dono, you said that give you a woman and you show how kissing works. And you heard of a build up, Douglas. Sometimes people enjoy like right on point while others would like to have a build up. Yes, I know. So build up works, but that's more or less what I'm saying. If you wanna have a if you're doing a movie or a visual media stuff that is not about the romance between these two characters, do you really need to go all that extra mile? Do you need to have them to have these two characters going like, oh, let's hug, then let's kiss, then let's undress one another, then let's have sex? Or when the true plot of the movie thing is about, I don't know, aliens, or about a car chase, or a bomb someone needs to defuse, or whatever. I have just been thinking, you don't need those things in there. It's not really building up to anything. It's kind of wasted time, I feel. Unless that these characters being in a romance is like incredibly important to the plot. And even if it is, there's better things you can do well, not necessarily better, but there's more original things you can do other than having the characters be this romantic with one another. I just really feel put off when the plot is about something else and then suddenly we have these two characters going on at one another. I don't know. That's how I feel about this. And then I wanted to go and talk about it for a little while. And don't know, you agree there is a setting, what? There is a setting to stick to? There's a setting to stick to, but it depends on the importance in the main part of the story. Yes, it does. And if it's not important, you may be better off just skipping it altogether, or making it in a more novel way. That the same old thing that everyone has been doing for the past however many decades. But that's how I feel. And I don't even remember which TV show or series I was watching that made me think of that. That prompted that thought. I'm sure there was something that I was seeing recently that prompted that thought, but I don't remember what it was. Otherwise, lately I have just been seeing the same things and not much else, not much new, not much. Yeah, same things as always. I have watched really. I finished yesterday a new series called Night Flyers. It's theoretically based on a series of short stories written by J.R.R. Martin, except that it's kinda no here nor there. It's weird and it has a very ending, but it's interesting until you get to that part. All the way up to the last 2 episodes, it's kind of a good show until but right then it kind of doesn't delivers. And throughout all that while there was not a few, but there was this kind of slight romance that happens but doesn't really happens, and it made me wonder why, what was the point here of this thing happening if it didn't truly happen in the end. Yeah, it just made me wonder, like, why bother spending time on this if there are so many other possibilities you could have been chasing, so many other points and things that so many more interesting points of the story we could be focusing on. Instead, let's focus on this relationship, and I'm like, sure, okay, but then the relationship doesn't goes anywhere. It kind of ends, and you just feel like, why did we waste time on that if it doesn't matter to the plot at all? And I mean, that's not to say that those things don't have a space and they should be completely cut from the plot. It's just that in this case, for a TV show, a visual medium, you have better things to show and other points to further develop. Why waste time here? But in another medium such as a novel or a novel or something of the sort where you kinda go at your own pace, then sure. It's fine to go and waste a little bit of time on this failed relationship and explain and explore that path, but because who knows, maybe someone will find that chapter really interesting, or if not, someone could just completely skip that chapter and the entire story of the book is still there. I don't know. And Anna, you said that I'm turning numb to your squeaky toy. Not really. Your squeaky toy still still catches me by surprise. I'm just a little bit more used to it right now, and it's more effective when I'm playing them horror games or when I'm really focusing on something. Oh, my dog Marcus, welcome to the stream. And thank you so very much for that delicious 12 months resub. Now you're premium subwoofer, my dog. Thank you so very much. How's it going? How are you doing today? In this delicious day of the church. And congratulations on being a 12-month-long subwoofer. That's a year of delicious canine, or rather lupine support. Thank you so very much. And also, hello there, Tiger, Blue Tiger. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Wolf morning to all of you, or rather, wolf afternoon. I forget that I don't stream in the mornings anymore. And Marcus says, good, and yourself? You're looking good. What is your secret? It's it's that now that this is a Netflix original, we got a lot of financing, and that means we get extra budget to spend on, you know, visual effects to make things look good. And also, hello there, Dante Lupine. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? How are you doing today? In this day of the church. And also, Marcus, how did the completely different question now? How did you like your little badges? Did they work out good? Are they looking good? Are they working out good? How are they? Because a while ago Marcus asked me to go and do badges, subscriber badges for his channel, which I took months to do because, you know, I'm a late boy. I'm always late with everything, but I did, and I think it looks kinda okay. Hopefully he thinks better of them than I do. And Marcus, you're gonna go into lurk modus and you need to cook. Sure thing, Marcus. Thanks for stopping by and checking us out. Hope you have a good one. And they are great. You love the badges. Oh, that's great to hear. Thank you so very much, Marcus. I put in a lot of work into those. Because one thing I tried getting to looking was for the badges I did for Marcus, was doing them with pixel art. Because there was one thing that I noticed is that you know, Twitch uses a very small size for these badges. It's 72 pixels for the biggest badge size. I don't even know where they use that a size that big, but it's 72 for the biggest size. It's also 36 for the medium size, and 18 pixels for the smallest size, which is the one that shows up in chat. So 18 pixels is almost nothing. So most things you wanted to do, you cannot see in good detail within 18 pixels. So I decided to go and do that in pixel art. That's so even at a small size you would be able to kinda tell what's going on. So I went and did those things in pixel art. Thing is, however, that if you do pixel art, you can't really resize it. If you go and do the well, anything at any size in pixel art and you want to resize it, you can probably resize it up. It's gonna look a little bit weird though, but you can't really size it down, because the way pixel art works, each pixel is there for a very specific reason and it needs to be in the same format. If you're sizing it up, all you gotta do is to stretch some pixels, so now they occupy 2 or 4 pixels, kinda multiplying every single pixel by 4, that's so you make the same picture but bigger, essentially. But reducing is not so easy. So what I did was I made the big size badge in the 72 pixels size, and then I went manually did the smaller sizes by hand. So I picked up the big size badge, I reduced its size so it fit the smaller size for the badge. But then because I reduced the image within the program, it got blurry and low quality. Then I went and redone that myself by hand. So it took me a while, but it was a little fun exercise, which I liked doing, and I'm mighty proud of them. And Ani, you said everyone here subbed with tier 1, while you subbed with tier 2. And Dono, you said pixel art is a bit of a challenge, but you love Affinity Designer because you can use vector. Ooh, drawing pixel art with vectors is interesting too. And you also said drawing while eyes it's closed. And Marcus said, and then you dumb mistakes the size changes. Nah, it's alright. We all well, like I said, changing stuff size is weird. It doesn't always work. Don't worry, you did great, Marcus. And Donald, you said the face rig was quirking around, I guess. Yes, it was. It is. I'm kinda doing a lot of motion here because I don't know why my hand kinda goes numb when I'm drawing. I guess it's the position of the tablet plus my height plus a lot of other things. It kinda makes my hand go a little bit numb, and then I have to rest it and kind of shake it, and I suppose that this whole shaking kind of breaks a little bit the whole face rig thing. And Nathan, you said the vector pixel art is a bad idea. Yes, it's a horrible idea, but if you're gonna be doing something that you want to resize, then it's interesting ish. And both Oni and Dono, you said depends on what you're trying to achieve. Yeah, if you're doing simple stuff and you're planning on doing a lot of resizing with it in the future, drawing with doing pixel art with vector, it's kind of okay. But if you wanna, if your actual plan is to just go and do a single picture that you're never ever gonna resize or change or perhaps even animate, then yeah, doing that with vectors is a really bad idea. Especially if it's something more complicated, like something with shading and well, whatever it is, it's possibly not a good idea. And Nathan, you said that in the whole case of pixel art, you do not need to change the resolution because it is set once and for good. Yeah, that is a thing true. Normally, you don't go about changing the size of pixel art, except in this one time, in this one case, this one time that I needed to go and do that for a Twitch badge. But anyway, just a second, you guys. I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break, shake my hand a little bit further. Take the devil out of it, kind of like Bob Ross does, by shaking it and whipping it all over the place. So just a second, you guys, and I will be right back. And I'm back. Ish. I'm back-ish. And yeah, I forgot I enabled and then disabled some of these mini games, but I forgot that the boss minigame is not active anymore. Because we don't have that sort of stuff going on. Anyway, here I am. I'm back. And Nathan, you said that if you want to change resolution, then why make pixel art? It's ridiculous. Yeah, it is. You are right about that. Except that in the case of Twitch, because Twitch is more ridiculous than that. The big problem there, I think I may have explained that a little bit, but not in a way that I made my point very clear. So the entire reason why I went and did the whole thing, the badge in pixel art, is because like I said, Twitch badges are incredibly incredibly small already. So the biggest badge size is already 72 pixels tall and 72 pixels wide. That is incredibly small. And if you want to show any kind of detail, you already can't. 72 pixels is not enough size to show details. So I went and did that in pixel art, because then I was sure that all the important details would be there and they would be visible. But then there was a bigger problem even, and that bigger problem was that when you do a small size pixel art and then you try to reduce it to an even smaller size, it gets blurred and it doesn't looks good. So I had to go and redo pixel art in smaller sizes, but that was a one-time kind of deal, because after you do it for all three very small sizes that that Twitch uses, then you're good to go there. And also, hello there, Chandler. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? How are you doing today? I thought that was a real cat. No, but we do have a cat noise now. Anyone can use it. I don't know, you're just tossing points left and right. Why? Don't do that, Oni. Whenever you want to transfer points to another person, that's more work on me, because you can't do that manually. You can't do that yourself. I am the one who has to go around and transfer points, then I have to go keep in mind the points you have and the points you want to transfer. So if you're gonna do that, make sure you have a reason to do that, because if you're doing that randomly, you're just throwing more work on me for no real reason. But anyway, how are you doing today, Chandler? How has life been treating you? In your new life spot, in your new life place, in your new life situation? Hopefully things have been peachy. And when you said that it's not like they have cash value. Yeah, they don't, but still. That's not the point I was making. And Chandler, you enjoyed me uploading old streams on YouTube. They are already uploaded to YouTube. I just haven't published them because I thought I don't know. In the back of my mind, I was like, wow, I have so much free time. Someday, one of these days, I'm gonna pick all these old videos. I'm gonna edit them, make sure that they are good to go, and post them a very nicely edited version of these videos of mine. But what do you know? I will never do that. I tried doing that once with a Tomb Raider video I had. It took me ages to do a single Tomb Raider video, and I don't have that kind of time in my hands. I mean, I do, but not good at managing my time. Not good at all. And therefore I end up spending a lot of time on random shit. And Chandler, you also said that it's been hard sometimes, mate, but things have been okay most of the time. Well, so long as it's most of the time and not just very few times, then I guess we'll do alright. And only you said that it's just data that's on a point system that depended on donation and time spent here, so yeah, let them sit there. Why not? And Chandler, you said that the face rig looking down with the glasses is cute AF. Lol. Oh, thank you. See, I don't like how this arm of his is looking. I wanted him to be sort of on a neutral walking motion, like he's walking ahead but kind of tilted sideways, so he's talking with his friends, with his one friend, but without references. That's a very hard pose to go and simply show up and do. And I didn't spend time looking up references, so I'm trying to wing it. So there you go instead. Also, I think that the music might be a little too low, so I'm gonna increase the volume real quick, which I'm then gonna regret when the next music starts up, because you know how music goes with this thing here. It is random. If there's one thing it is random. And hello there, ex alien robot, or ex Shalian robot underscore robot. Said that it's a plane, it's a bird. Nope, it's alien robot taking your cows. Don't take my cows. I have spent way too much rupees on them. Way too many rupees, rather. And you shouldn't go and take them from people just like that. But nonetheless, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Ex-alien robot, what's up? And also, my dog, so many emotes have going on there. Nice Shia emote and Dorio emote and Kit emote. So many emotes of so many other fun streamers. Fun people. Wolf morning to you. Or rather, wolf afternoon. Unless it's morning over there, then wolf morning. And Twitch doesn't love you. Don't worry, Twitch doesn't seem to love a whole lot of people. Because Twitch is, you know, is a service. And as a service, I don't think it has sentience enough to choose or become aware of who it loves or who it doesn't. Whom it doesn't love. Well, don't worry, if it's you're not the only one. There's a lot of other people who are feeling very distraught that their love, that Twitch doesn't notices them. So don't worry. And welcome. Hope you're having a delicious day of the churros. Whereas I'm here trying to fiddle with this character's leg, try to get it working. Have been for the past half an hour-ish. It would help if this arm here was a little bit more hidden. Something kind of like that. A little bit more hidden. And Chandler, you don't know then. And then you Lou Chandler, no homo though. And alien underscore robot. It's alive, it works. And what did you miss? Nothing much. I was just complaining as always. And asking you not to steal my cows. And how is everyone doing today? I'm doing good. Kinda sleepy, I don't know why. But other than being sleepy, I'm doing good. How about you? How are you doing in this delicious day of the churros? And also, cool emotes you have going on there. Everyone loves that boy Kit and that delicious boy Shia. Everyone loves them because they're so goddamn lovable. And also, thank you so very much for that delicious follow, Ex-Alien. Or is it Double Cross Alien? Ooh. Now we're getting somewhere with those cool ass names. You're gonna become a super agent soon. With a name such as that. Okay, that should be good enough. If it isn't, then hecky. I don't know what to do. I have spent way too much time in here already. There's an entire rest of a page I have to work on, and I'm nowhere near done.
4 months of doggo. Bork bork. Less than 3, less than 3.
Oh my dog, Watchdog. Welcome to the stream and thank you so very much for that delicious resub woof. How are you doing today? How's it going? What sort of canine shenanigans have you been up to? Hope you're doing great, by the way. And double cross alien underscore robot. Sorry, must take them. Your UFO needs gas. Oh no. You're making gas out of cows. Oh no. And don't know, you gotta go have fun, you guys. We'll try to have fun. And I hope you do too. See you later. And have an awesome day. And once again, Watchdog, thank you so very much for that delicious continued support. Hope you're having a good day of the tourist today. And on is saying, get good scrubs, tire with tire chew. Watchdog, you're doing good. Been a good start to your day. How are you, Doug? My day has started more than 6 hours ago, and thus far I have done very little work. I'm late with work though, so that kinda sucks. But anyway, welcome to the stream. And double cross alien underscore robot, you said that you don't belong here, you're not a dog. You don't need to be a dog to be here, everyone's welcome. You know who is welcome most of all? Friends and newcomers alike. The two of them are super duper welcoming here. Unless, of course, you don't want to be here. Then you're welcome, but you're not gonna stay, so you're goodbye instead. Is that a term that I can use? Goodbye, as in past tense verb, apostrophe ed in the front of goodbye. Possibly. I'll keep hoping that it is a thing. And only you said the dog won't draw sin for 8,000 goodbye pounds. I will not. I won't draw sin except if you give me lots of money enough for me to retire. Of course, not in a single go. I'm not crazy. But I mean, if you pay me lots and lots and lots of real world money, I might go and draw lots of sin. Because have I spent a lot of money in these little vacations I had, and boy oh boy do I need to replenish my saving accounts. So yeah. Otherwise, you said Douglas, you can call me Zalian? Zalian? Alien, robot, XX alien, XX robot, Drafoxpa. What? Drafoxpa? Or is it Drafoxpa? I don't know. I'll call you Alien Robot, if that's alright with you. I call them as I see them, it's easier. Oh, my poor canine brain. And Chandler says, yeah man, we can make verbs out of anything. The world is our oyster. Well then you better get ready, Chandler, because we're gonna get oystered. And that's an oyster with apostrophe ed at the end, so you're gonna get oystered. What does oystered means? It means that you have been cracked open, and your mind has been filled with insight on otherworldly things, whereas all your inner contents have been stolen. Because apparently your stomach produces pearls or something. And then Alien Robot, you said, guys, did you know mustard gas does not have mustard in it? I actually did not know that. But I don't know a lot about mustard gas either, because I don't think it's a thing here. By the way, in case you guys can tell, I'm not from whatever you think I am. I'm from a faraway land, oceans away. So if you think I'm from someplace near you, think again, because I am not. I'm from very far away. But Doug, what would very far away be? Oh boy. Do you know of a country? No. Do you know of a continent called America? Yes, it's very big. It sprawls all the way from the very southern tip of Chile and the Malvine Islands all the way up to Canada. It's a very big continent, that delicious America. So big that someone had the guts to go and decide, hey, you know what? Maybe we need to split this continent in three. Maybe we can have North America, which is, you know, northern of the equator, and South America, which is south of the equator, and Central America, which is a bunch of islands, more or less. And so they did. They decided to go and split this continent in three parts. Well, politically, because the continent, the land, is still there. But anywho, now it is divided in three parts: Northern America, Central America, and Southern America. And Southern America is where I live, somewhere over there. It is a deliciously lovely place to be at, except that it's hot as fuck. And I'm not a huge fan of hot. I am not in the least a fan of hot. And then he says, oh, how life gives you one blow after the other. What happened, Oni? And Chandler says, Oyster, you forgot the apostrophe, Oni. Chandler. And Oni, you're dead ass broke, Doug. I was saving GBP for this alternative. Alright, then we will have to work that out somehow. And Chandler says, history lesson with Dougie boy. That's not history, that's geography. Or maybe it's math, because it involves division and shit. And whenever we involve mathematical operations such as division, and addition, subtraction, and whatnot, I better believe someone over there dealt with numbers in a way. And you're gonna be goddamn right if you assume that there was numbers involved when they divided America. They said, where are the best numbers? And they decided, the best numbers are in United States and Canada and Mexico. And then they said, well, fuck it, let's make that North America then. And then we got the bad numbers. That's how it went. And Chandler says the apostrophe isn't needed if you treat it like a real verb. It's not real, it's made up. And now you say that if autocorrect doesn't correct you, it's right. Now I'm confused already. Alright, never mind. Forget all I said. You guys can come up with your own rules. I'm lost. I'm bamboozled. Why are you guys so shocked? What happened? And also, hello there, Don Leon Pardo. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? In this delicious day of the churros. How's it going? Must I say, like I said before already, I'm sleepy. I don't know why. I did have my coffee. I slept 8 hours today, but I'm sleepy. I'm lazy and I want to go to bed. I cannot go to bed though, but that is my want, that is my desire. That is my wish. And Oni, you feel like lemming a bug zapper. Don't do that, Oni. That's probably not a healthy thing to do. And you need a wake-up call, or you just need to be zapped. Hard to say, hard to say. What stuff could you do to wake yourself up? I don't know, Oni. You're gonna have to go and figure that out yourself. Shouldn't be too hard though. Shouldn't be very hard. So today is a chill day, like I said before. It's time for us all to chill, for us all to relax and enjoy one another. There's his presence. Oni, you said now you just lemon 9-volt battery. More safe, less pain. Don't do it, Oni. I forbid you to go on lemon 9-volt battery. I am not your father, but I will forbid you of going and doing that anyway. But if you ask me for explanation as to why I'm forbidding you of doing things, I will give you none. You'll just have to accept that that's my will. My wish. That's how I want today to go, with you not doing the things I tell you not to go and do. How about that? Sounds good enough, doesn't it? I think it does. Might be wrong though. Oni says, but how will I know if it has charge? You may not be your dad, you say no to you, and you're not your son, so you will do the inverse thing to do. What? So does that mean you will say what I'm telling you not to do? Or will you not do what I... Will you disregard my... Well, will you not do the thing I told you not to do? Will you go and do it anyway, or will you go and say I won't do this because Doug told me not to do this? Even though I told him I would go and do it, he told me not to do it, so that's how I stand. He did not do it, club. Where? And only, I mean, Chandler said goodbye, good boys and girls. Don't do dangerous things, we won't. I promise-ish. We won't do dangerous things. And then he said, but I need to test the battery for an old radio you found. Do you really need to? I don't think you really need to go and do it, Oni. I think you're just fibbing me. Trying to bamboozle me. To then go and do things I told you not to go and do. In other words, I do not think you're being sincere. And now you're being serious, it's a small radio. Yeah, but you don't need to blame the battery to know if it has charge, do you? Can't you just put in the battery, turn on the radio and see if it works? That sounds like a safer way to see if a battery has charge, is by testing it. I mean, I'm not a mechanic. I don't know a lot of mechanic stuff, but I would assume that that's how it goes. And sometimes the radio could be defective and the battery have full charge. Can't you then? Don't you have any other device that does it? Any other device you can plug that battery in? And if the radio is your issue, can't you have your cell phone work as a radio? I know that a lot of cell phones nowadays they function, they double as a radio. Except if you truly want, you should test that device itself, then that's an entirely different matter altogether, but who knows? And also, hello there, Loba. Welcome to the stream. And yes, it is a wolfish-looking doggo with glasses. Indeed. Also, welcome. How are you doing today? How's it going? What is up with you? And how will you listen to the stream? Hard to say. I don't know. I would have expected you to not need to listen to a radio while you listen to the stream, because then again, that's true sound devices you're listening to, true sound sources even. But if you need to, then I don't know. Matters become a little bit harder. And also, I didn't know you were still there, Watchdog. I thought you had gone. And also, don't die, Luba. We need you here, alive and well. I don't know any of these songs, by the way. I'm just trying to guess the rhythm from previous loops. Watchdog, you're still here. Sorry your stream right when you start work, so you have to be up and down a lot. Nah, it's alright, don't worry. It's just that you showed up and then you didn't say anything anymore, and I thought you were gone, but don't worry. Like I keep saying, real life comes first, so rightfully you should worry about what's going on over there before worrying about what's going on over here. So don't worry. Everything will be a-okay. And everything is already a-okay too, so double cheers for that. His hand would come and he would rest here-ish. There we go. And Watchdog, you get that. You try your best though. Thanks. And you're curious, Doug, have you seen Caribrew around Twitch? They have made a name for themselves making face rigged models. No, I have not. Let me look that name up. Caribrew. There we go, Caribrew on Twitch. There they go. Welcome! All are welcome here, so come in and join the fun. I'm a freelance artist exploring all sorts of aspects in 3D, models and animations. Currently, I'm focusing on face rig animation and progressing towards VR chat models as well. Cool. Let's check out what the heck they do. Or rather, what the heck they have done. Would you look at that? That is a delicious AF 3D model they have going on. Actually, hold the flip on. Hold on, oh, hold on. Oh my dog, Caribrew is the person who posted a custom model on Face Rig Workshop just a couple days ago. Oh my dog. I wonder if they're up for commissions. Oh, they're the one who made Kid Lox's model too. Cool. Price information, let's see. Oh boy. Half body models. Waist up custom model. Primary choice for face rig, it's 600 bucks per ruse. Boy, oh boy, that's expensive. I don't have that kind of money. I don't have any kind of money. I'm a poor doggo boy. Money is the one thing I don't have. But I did not know of them per se, so thanks for the heads up, Watchdog. And you ask because you were curious what you were interested in doing with your face rig model. Yeah, I want one, but they are expensive AF. So if I could like, if I could go and get one done for me, but well, that would be great to begin with. But I kind of wanted to go and do it myself. I want to learn 3D. It's an objective of mine that I have. But 3D is, you know, it's totally not like 2D art, so it's crazy. And then you said for Doug, it's probably a one-time thing. Watchdog said they made the model for Kitlock and Lapin. They're making the model for Whiskey and Incra. Oh my dog, everyone's getting into the face rig shenanigans. And yeah, that's what you were gonna ask me about. The model they posted is open to be used. Haha. And then he says, Doug, you're broke. Hold on. Hold off on it. I will not buy it on it. I don't have money, and even if I had, I have other stuff in my life I'd rather spend money on, such as better lodgings and food, and possibly better equipment, such as, you know, computer stuff. And I need to have at least, at any time, I need to have 5 grand in my saving accounts for any sort of emergencies, which I don't. So there you go. And also, hello there, Charlie King. Say hi, you smelly wolfo. I'm not a wolfo. I'm a doggo. God damn you. America says $600. Yes, seems to be it. $600 is quite a lot of money. And Watchdog says, that's okay, Doug. You were more meaning the model they posted in the workshop. I believe you are welcome to use and adjust it to your liking. Yes, but I don't know how much you can adjust it. I think there's limitations to it, such as you can't really customize the face or anything. Hello, but you think this is weird, but you kinda like it. Yes, everyone does like it. It gives the stream so much more charm and stuff. It's amazing. Watchdog says, that's very fair, Doug. I think it would be awesome for you to learn 3D. I think so too. Except that 3D is an entirely different, you know, subject matter, and I am not familiar with it whatsoever. Okay, I'm done with this part here. What I'm gonna go and do is already throw in the panels. We will need them anyway, and I can already go ahead and do the line art for these characters I have going on here. That's so all that we'll have left later on is do the backgrounds for the first 2 panels. There has to be a better, easier way to do that, but I don't know. And Nathan, you said the Face Rig has horrible system to put something new. They screw up the implementation. Yes, it seems like it's horrible to putting anything new on that. I think if it was easier, a whole lot more people would be using it. And I think that the reason why there's so few people using it is because, I mean, using Face Rig as a whole and doing new content for Face Rig is because it's impossible. It's not impossible, but it's not as easy as many other things, and there's not a whole lot of incentive, so that kind of screws things up. And Watchdog says, no worries, I was wanting to make you aware of it. Yes, now I am. Thanks, Watchdog. And Sam says, greetings to you all, how do you do? I do good. Welcome to the stream, Sam. How are you doing today? In this delicious day of the churros. And yes, we're talking about Face Rig for a hot second there. And Oni says, yeah, Face Rig, you need to do multiple settings for eyes, lids, lips, tongue, jaw, neck and eyes. Aside from modeling the modeling the character, texturing the flipping thing, doing so much, it's crazy. And each one needs an adjustment for it to work. Lots of work for sure, says Tiger. Yes, it is a lot of work, and not all the time it's, you know, it's useful. It's kind of interesting only if you're the kind of person who is gonna be primarily using Face Rig every single day. Like me, if you stream every day, then okay, it's kind of worth it, but for anyone else it's not worth at all. So there you go. And Just a Friendly Guy Gaming, hello there, welcome to the stream. And how are you doing today? Welcome, welcome. And you go in there, and you are called Furamuzu. Let's delete that layer and let's make you delicious. By inverting this, expanding this selection by 5 times. I've done it wrong. Fuck. God damn you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just for good measure. I'll paint it white, and there you go. Now we have panels. And Just a Friendly Guy Gaming said, what are you using for the dog head? It looks great. Face Rig. We're just talking about it. Thanks, by the way, and welcome to the stream. And Marcus, I forgot to say before, but congratulations on becoming the new stream boss. I don't know if you're still there, but if you are, congrats. And I think these 2 panels here, they are different sizes, and that's it's kind of not good. But one is so much bigger than the other. And there we go. It's not better, but it's there. Call you frames, sure. Then I'm gonna have a layer named line art, and then I'm gonna lower the opacity on that one and start doing some line art That's how we do something. And then it says that's why this said person does it for 600 plus and adds the settings when the modeling. And Nathan says maybe FaceRig 2D is better. You need to try it. The program for doing the implementation is better. Problem is you need to have a very good understanding of 2D illustration, because you have to illustrate the thing in 2D, and then you have to create a lot of quote-unquote spare parts. Because, for example, you need to draw the closed eyelids, you need to draw the face when it's looking straight ahead, when it's facing 3/4 or face from the side. You need to do all those things, and because it's gonna kind of transform and distort it to give it a fake 3D sense. It's kind of weird. But yeah, theoretically it's much easier to do and implement on the Thingaroo there than 3D. And then it says, I even was an earlier supporter for FaceRig and got it for free. I was kinda an earlier supporter. I think that FaceRig and Crowfall, a game, are the only things I ever backed up in Kickstarter. Other than that, I have never backed anything else up on Kickstarter or anything. And what do you know? Both of these things never really worked out in the end for me. Crowfall, they promised to release it like by the end of 2017, and it's been a few years by now. They're nowhere near being done with that game thing they are doing. And for FaceRig it was like, ooh cool, and now I get a FaceRig thing, but it doesn't come with a German Shepherd by default, and that's sad. And I bought it and I haven't used it for... Well, it's been a while since FaceRig has been out. It's been out for ages. And I have just started streaming, and I spent one entire year streaming without it. So who even knows? And Marcus says, I'm here, Douglas, and thanks. You're welcome. And now you said that it's good. What is good? And also, hello there, Nikolai McClendon. Welcome to the stream. What is up with you today in this delicious day of the truth? And you said, who in the Sam hell is this, and where's Daddy Doug? You posted. It is I, except that it is a default bootleg version of I, which is going to be adjusted and improved in the near future. Sam, that's an expression when people say, what does Sam have? Apparently. I learned that reading a book. And Nikolai, you're doing good. That's great to hear too. How have you been? I think I haven't seen you around ever since Monday or Tuesday. It's been a while. Hope you've been doing good. And then you said what you drawn, that's what's good. Ah, thank you, Wani. You're so kind to me. I have done nothing good or worthwhile to you guys, but dog damn, you guys are so nice to me. I have no idea what I have done to deserve such niceness in my life. Speaking of niceness, have you played? Have you gotten around to playing Kingdom Hearts 3, Oni? Or seeing or watching it or anything? Have you gotten around to experiencing it in any shape and or form? Because I'm curious. Thus far, you're one of the biggest Kingdom Hearts fans I know of, and I wanted to see what you think of it. What are your thoughts and your I forgot the word. Your conclusions on it. And Sam says he is using his face rig to look more furry than before. And Nikolai, you have been a busy boyo. And then he says, no, I played Piku Niku on your friends as a Switch. Full of meme potential in that game. I heard of that. There's lots of what's it called? Oh, for once, I'm in the know. It feels so good to be in the know. I have seen that Piku Niku, and it seems to have a lot about, you know, references to old games and old stuff, and characters doing lots of little jokes about that every now and then. It seems to be like inside joke the game as far as writing goes, from what I have seen too. And other than that, it also seems to be a game with a lot of charm in it. The character animations seem very interesting because they seem to tremble quite a lot. So all of you there who owns, legally or not, a Nintendo Switch, please raise your hands. That's why I can see you raising your hand, and through only my powers of viewing you physically raising your hand, I will know who of you has a Nintendo Switch. Which I will then say, oh, good for you. And that will be the end of the subject. Because there's nothing I can say to contribute to that. I just kind of want to know who has a Switch here. Because I learned the most absurd thing the other day, and that is that Nintendo Switches, they're not manufactured here in Brazil, which means, of course, you can only buy them via importation. So I gotta import Nintendo Switches from elsewhere, which means that they come costing, well, they come at a very high cost. They're expensive. Which makes their prices skyrocket a bit, which also makes it that so people don't, well, not a whole lot of people here own Nintendo Switches. Well, that is kind of a downside of, you know, not locally producing your console in a country that is by far one of the biggest consumers of video games worldwide. It is a hard to say word. And Onio said that it's good and the soundtrack is good too. Oh, that's great to hear. I love it when games have, you know, good soundtracks. And many a times I have like purposefully went into things just because of their soundtracks. Like, I watched things because of its soundtrack, I played things because of its soundtrack, and more notably, I have bought video games, their deluxe edition, just because of the soundtrack that comes with it, because I would not have bought the game by itself, like the deluxe version. Unless, no, I will not buy it by itself. I will be like, well, sure, deluxe version seems interesting, but the standard edition does it for me. But it came with a soundtrack, so there you go. Spending extra money on that, just for those delicious soundtracks. What's up, Sam? Why are you meowing over there? What is going on? Do you need my help with something? Because if you do, all you gotta do is let me know. By the way, these songs you guys are listening to, they might sound random at first, and that is because they are. They are part of YouTube. I don't remember what it is called. Sound library. So these are songs that are not copyrighted, but because they are not copyrighted, that also means you probably have not heard of them in radios or anywhere else. Sam, you're okay today, but it's raining so much you got drenched. Well, you shouldn't be out in the rain then, to begin with. That was your first problem, was choosing to be out in the rain. Also, you're lucky you're having rain. We are not that lucky. Ish. And then you said it was warm yesterday, but now it's hella cold. Well, it seemed like your guys' winter is being very unpredictable then. And Watchdog says we had snow over here at the beginning of the week, but it's been mostly cold and sunny, paradoxically. What? Cold and sunny, huh? Well, you know, if there's one thing that weather likes more than anything in the world, is a good old paradox. Such as, how can it be night when the sun is out? I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with the aliens. They have invaded and they have done changes to things. Big ass changes to the environment and everything else. And because of that, they have been blessed with the power of having cold sunny days, which is kind of good, really. I like me some cold and sunny days because you get to stand out in the sun, get yourself a sun bath, or I don't know if you have a better term for that in English, but anyway, you get to lay out in your front or back or side yard. I don't know how yards work in your places, and have a sun bath. But because it's cold, you get to stay there all day, just soaking up all that sun warmth. It's amazing. And Eku, hello there, welcome to the stream. So that house is having problems, so it can't keep up. We gotta lurk to help you. Oh, that's nice of you. Thank you. Thank you, Neko. And what sort of problems is your house having? What's going on? My house is having the problem that you know, it needs cleaning, and I am busy enough to not go and clean it. Which sucks because then it doesn't get cleaned. Which means it stays unclean. Which means that when we need stuff to be clean, it isn't. You have to lose some extra time going cleaning those stuff before you can go and use them. Which sucks so much. But that's not here nor there. Now that I think about it, last year I have tried to go and be like, now this time around I will learn 3D. I will become the best 3D modeler ever seen in the world. And then I tried for like a week. And then I stopped because 3D is very daunting. And I even went to Udemy and bought some courses on 3D working and stuff, and I was like, now that I have video courses, nothing's gonna stop me. I'm gonna be unstoppable now that I have 3D courses, or rather video courses, classes teaching me how to 3D. But they have a huge problem, which is, well, not necessarily they, but I had bought a video course before. I don't remember the name of the guy who presented the course. It was a very lovable dude, Truth be told. But he presented like Blender, and because of him I got to learn some Blender, but I never got around to practice enough to, you know, get the hang. I just got to learn what stuff does, but didn't get to put a lot of it into practice. And now I said, you know what, I'm gonna buy a big ass professional course that teaches all the stuff I actually need to know, and then I did buy the course. But when it came to learning the stuff I need to know, I was like, I already know how to do this. I already watched another course by another guy who told how to do all those stuff, and that's when it gets kind of spotty, because you want to skip ahead. You're like, I already know how to do this, I want to skip ahead. But then you go and watch the video and you're like, whoa, I did not know how I could do this. Oni, you and your squeaky toys. And then I watched the part of the video and I was like, oh, I know how to do this already, but whoa, I did not know about this. But the ratio of things I knew to things I didn't know was very, very discrepant. So I said like, guess I can go without all this. But then, because they weren't giving like individual classes on subjects, they were being like, okay, in this whole section, we're gonna do this big project thing, and each class is gonna build on top of the previous one, which is, you know, good for educational purposes. Make sure that everything you use so far builds up on top of one another. But the biggest problem with that is that in the end, you're left with a course that you can't simply join in at any class. You have to follow it very narrowly. You have to be like, okay, now I'm gonna start at class 1 and start doing this whole thing that they're showing, because when they get by class 27, which is the one I'm actually interested in, I won't be lagging behind, because I will have done all the things they're doing. Otherwise they're gonna be like, in class 29 we're gonna talk about this subject, which is the subject you want to learn, but we're gonna be using this little thing we have been building so far, and you'll remember how in last class we did this and we did that and we did those other things on top of it, and now we will explain why. And it was because we did those things because now we're gonna use them for that other thing, and it gets really complicated and really crazy to follow. And also, hello there, Hansky Owl. Hello and welcome to the stream. And it has been a long time indeed. How have you been? And Oni says, found out it was the whole arcade and karaoke room was contaminated with sick kids. Oh no. Those damn sick kids. And Oni said, cause most of us were fine Saturday and Sunday and got sick later. You got sick on Monday. Huey and Dallas on Wednesday. Courtney, Levi, and Eric got sick today. Well, that's a big group of friends to have. But yeah, that's the weird thing about kids. They get super sick, but because they're kids, sick kids, most people are like, sure, let them go and do whatever. So they can go whatever and do whatever, and people will turn a blind eye to them. And the worst part is that they will not bother to decontaminate places that those sick kids have used and shit. Anyway, I'm sorry, Oni, that you're sick. But now that you all know you're sick and what you may have contracted, make sure to stay hydrated. And Nathan, you said the blender is easy. Well, It surely feels that way once you know it, but before you actually, before you actually master Blender, or at least get a hang of its 90% of its functions, it's crazy. It's not as easy as you make it seem. I don't think I ever went about illustrating these guys as Tails. They could have whatever for Tails. Who even knows? Because this guy has a short, kinda bushy tail. As for everyone else, it's anyone's game. And then you said that, yeah, the ones that are safe didn't go to the arcade on Friday for today. But since Air works at the arcade, he's going to call them up to decontaminate everything. Oh, that's good. That's a good idea. So fun. Such cool musics, these ones that are playing right now and right here. Ah, boy. Nathan says if you just use Blender, you catch how things are set in this program, and it speeds up searching everything the future use. When you learn something new in Blender, you know where to expect this thing to be and how it works, so it goes quicker and quicker the more you use it. Yeah, and that is truly the problem of it all. It's that I don't use Blender enough. So I should start using Blender more in my daily life. In fact, that's the thing I'm gonna try and do here for the comic. Dun dun dun. I am going to try and make a background in Blender. For the first pages, I made the backgrounds in Blender, which is, the landscape and the city in the background that I made in Blender. Then, of course, I imported the image. I took a screenshot, imported the image here, and did lots of changes to everything. But ever since then, I have not been using Blender for background reference as much. And this time around, I thought about doing that for the cover, but which I ended up not doing, which might have been foolish of me, because my dog, I could have saved so much time if I did. So I'm going to try and use Blender more for this whole backgroundings in here. Backgroundings. That's a new word, by the way. I've just coined it. Because for certain things there's really no reason whatsoever to go and use to try and freehand it all. Some things you can really make up for a lot of time if you go and use this sort of resources such as Blender. and the crooked teeth. And Nathan, he said, try to use Blender for 2D animations. You will quickly learn workflow, and it speeds up other learning. Maybe. I have seen that Blender does have 2D animation, a 2D animation suite in there. But I think that if I were to go and 2D animate, it would be easier for me to use Clip Studio because I'm already so used to it. But then again, that's like if I want to go and I already have an idea and I already know what I want to go and do, then yeah, Clip Studio is the way. But yeah, I will try and do it. I will try and learn Blender. Like, why not? One of my objectives for someday in the future is to learn Blender anyway, so might as well start with something somewhere. So, you know, instead of resting up and enjoying my holidays, or rather my weekends, I'm gonna work on learning Blender. And that's one thing my body isn't really, my mind rather, isn't really keen on doing. Doing stuff when there's no incentive to go and do so. Because there's a lot of stuff I wish I could do or want to go and do, but I have very little motivation to actually go and do those things. It's kind of a wonder how I even get up from the bed in the mornings. I know when you don't belong in the same being. And Nathan said that right now it is one of the best 2D animation tools. Whoa, really? My dog, I will have to check that out then. In fact, now that I think about it, I kind of remember I was learning Blender and I was like really going on with it. It was really going places, and then I showed a friend of mine who is an independent game developer. He's been working on a game of his own. He already published the game. In fact, I even went and played it once here in the stream. Maybe you guys remember it. He weighed defense, and I have showed him like, hey, look at this stuff I did on Blender. Cool, isn't it? And I suppose he didn't mean ill by that, but he was like, ooh, Blender, why are you using Blender? When it's so bland. You could / should be using Maya or 3ds Max or whatever that's called. But then again, that's how he is by himself. It's kind of snotty and like, I don't like things that are free, because if there's a software that is free and there's another software that is paid, the paid one probably does better. I mean, performs and works better for whatever reason. And yeah, he's not this friend of mine here, I am sure he did not meant ill by that. Was just being himself. But when he said like, ew, you're using Blender, it's kind of like a scrub program for scrub people to use. It kind of was very off-putting, and I was like, and I didn't feel like trying anymore. Because, you know, As far as 3D stuff goes, it's not amazing, by the way, at 3D. But I really looked up to him because he was like, he had nothing. He was doing nothing out of his life. And then one day he met this one guy, and then they decided, you know, let's start doing a game together. And then they went and did, and out of nowhere, like out of sheer willpower, he went and learned how to 3D, how to do anything 3D, just so he could go and make this game with his boy, with his friend. And I was like, wow, that's really impressive that you just went like, you know, I want to do a game, I'm gonna go and learn how to do a game. And then he went and learned out of nowhere how to go and do that. And I started looking up to him because of that. And when the one person that I looked up to shut me down, he had extra power. I don't know if it makes sense what I said, but I hope you guys understand what I mean. Now that I think about it, that is why I stopped trying to 3D. And Nathan, you do not like Maya and or 3ds Max. Is there even an S in there? I forget if there's an S in 3D Max. But yeah, I tried learning 3D Max a while ago, like many years ago. Well, many years, like 3 or 4. And it is indeed like it had some intuitive stuff to it, but had a lot of functions too that felt like, whoa, someone needed this once in their life and made a whole tool just for that. I don't know, it kind of worked for me. I had a better time using 3ds Max than using Maya. Maya was like a complete, what the hell is this even? 3ds Max felt more intuitive for me, I don't know why. But either way around, when I went to try Blender for the nth time, I opened it up and was like, oh cool, look at that. It has the same thing, it does the same stuff that 3D Max does, except that it's free. Because at first I thought, well, I kind of want to learn 3D, but I don't want to. But I want to go with the tool that has the most tools going on for it. Like, will Blender have the cut loops and whatever's, the edge loops, rather? And now that I know that it does, and it's pretty much the same thing as 3ds Max, there's no reason to even bother with that one. But it's crazy is what it is. This whole thing. And Nathan, you said that it kinda of do not have to matter what software you use, they all do the same in the core. Yeah, they are. And they perform the same, they do the same, they work for the same reasons and stuff. But yeah, I guess that it comes down to preference at the end. And Oni said, man, how I wish Forte is in the arcades. I want to play the piano. Forte. What is that, Oni? Is that a song? A specific song for a specific game you play? Or is that a... Or is that a game in itself? But yeah, bottom line is, if you have a dream or something you really want to do, don't let others tell you, or don't let others shut you down. Because learning 3D was something I really wanted to do, and I was really, for the first time in my life probably, I was really doing it, and I was really getting somewhere with it. And then came my friend and shut me down, and that was kind of sucky of him, but as well I should have stood up and kept going at it instead of stopping. But yeah, if people try to shut you down, don't let them. If it's your dream and it's something you really want to do, keep doing it. Keep trying. It's possibly gonna be hard, but there's a big ass chance that you will manage to do it in the end. So give it a try. Oni, you said that no, it's the actual arcade name for the machine, Forte, with a piano key as buttons. So is it an actual piano game, like a keyboard rhythm musical game, or is it something else? What in the world is it? By the way, who else is still there? Like I said, I'm sorry if I'm being quiet today. And I'm trying to focus on this one here. Also, today, for whatever reason, I'm feeling sleepier and less awake than usual. But anyway. There's this new game that came out, an Apex Legend, and I kinda wanted to try and play it on a stream one of these days. And you might be like, ew, Doug, but it's a filthy battle royale game. Why would you go and play that? And you know, I was looking it up. Well, not looking it up, but randomly the other day on Twitter, there was this person who was like, oh, I'm a game developer, and because I'm a game developer, I'm gonna go and talk about game developer things. And they were asking like, hey people, why don't you PC players, why don't you guys like playing multiplayer games? Why do you prefer to play single player games instead of playing multiplayer or co-op games and stuff? And I was like, why? And I answered, I retweeted in fact, so you can see that on my Twitter. I retweeted saying, it's because social situations get me anxious and it's really hard for me to go and socialize just like that. It is doable, it's not impossible for me to go and socialize with people, but it requires much more mental power and willpower for me to go and do those things than for other people. Also, time to lower the music volume again. Told you it was gonna get loud eventually. And then I was like, well, there you go. That's why I don't like playing multiplayer games, is because social situations by themselves are daunting, scary, and they make me anxious. Which is true, by the way. But then I thought, well, but there have been many other stuff in my life that I have done thus far that are daunting and scary, and yet I go and do them anyway. Or things that for other people is daunting and scary, but I go and do. And then yesterday, I don't know who of you were here, but yesterday I was playing online with Spiker and... oh, just Spiker really. I was playing Monster Hunter World with Spiker. I saw him playing Monster Hunter World on the weekend, and he said, hey, I'm looking for people to play this game with me, because he just got it. And he was like, if you want to play with me, just hit me up and we can go about doing co-op hunting. And what do you know, yesterday I was like, you know what, I don't know what to play, so maybe I'll go and join up Spiker. And truth to be told, he has been playing Monster Hunter World the entire week, and I knew he was looking for people to play with him since the weekend, so I could have gone and played with him on Monday or on Tuesday, but I didn't, because I was still kinda anxious and daunted, and I didn't want to go and be like, let's play together, let's talk and shit. But yesterday I decided, you know what, maybe let's go. Let's go and do this. Let's get this out of the way. Because if I go and do this, I'll finally get this thing out of the way. This big elephant out of the room. Then I can move on with other stuff. And then we went and played, and it was very fun. It was just weird at the very beginning that we didn't know how to set things up, like microphone adjustments and other stuff, and you know, also I was kind of neglecting everyone in here, but other than that I had a great time playing with him, playing Monster Hunter World, and that's not something I normally do. I don't ever play online games with people, with quote-unquote random people online. But that's an incredibly amazing way to make friends and, you know, have a good time and whatnot. So I thought, you know what, maybe I should go and try and play games online a little bit more often. People have already told me in the past that I should go and play Fortnite or PUBG, and they asked me, like, they invited me, like, hey, come play with me. I was like, nah, no. But now that there's this Apex Legends game came out, and like, oh no, another Battle Royale. But I looked it up out of curiosity, and because there's a video channel, there's a YouTube channel I follow that did a little video about this game, and they showcased some of its function, and amongst its many functions is a ping tool, kind of like the Portal 2 co-op ping tool, where you can point stuff out to your friends, and you don't need to go and figure those, and you don't need to really communicate. You can just ping stuff, and they'll be like, oh, okay, so that's where that goes. And because of the ping too, you can play with other people without actually needing to communicate with them, but still being able to coordinate and strategize. I was like, huh, maybe that would be cool. And that's it. I thought about playing this new game, Apex Legends, here in the stream, and I wanted to see what you guys think about it. If you have any thoughts about it that you want to share, that is, of course. And Oni, you said it's like every other music game, but you can play two ways. What? Mashing multiple keys to hit a note, or play as a normal piano, cause where the note comes in and the key corresponds to the area of the notes will still count it. Huh. I am not sure I understand how that works, but I'll have to make a note of that here in my note making tool. Forte Arcade. There you go. I'll check that up later and try and see if there's some gameplay video of that out on YouTube and see what the heck is up with that and how that works and stuff. And Sam, you say, I have been quiet for a while now, so just ask, how are you now, Mr. Douglas? What made you want to use FaceRig? I don't know, it was just like, you know, well, you don't know until I go and explain it. Well, there's many reasons, really. There's the cool reason and there's the not so honorable reason. We all always want to show people the honorable and really respectable reason. And not necessarily the reasons. But what really happened is that I was what truly happened, the real reason, is that I was, well, I came back from my vacations and I looked up on how things had been in my absence, and I found out a lot of other people doing all sorts of stuff, and I noticed that many of other streamers or many friends have been racking up more viewers and stuff. And I mean, there has got to be a reason for that. And of course, there's all sorts of changes, like they play games that people want to watch, they talk about more interesting subjects, they have a better, not necessarily better, but more engaging personality or whatever reason. But one of the things I noticed that all of them had, that I didn't have, was a webcam going on. Not necessarily a webcam, some of them had webcams, true, but others had this FaceRig thing, and I lurked for a bit in streams that had this whole FaceRig going on, and I noticed a lot of people saying, I'm gonna follow, I'm gonna lurk around and stuff, just because I like the little wolf in the corner or whatever, the little animal person in the corner, and I was like, huh. There are people who are like, fuck the personality, fuck the content, but you have a cool ass dope animal person talking in the corner, and because of that I'm gonna stick around. And I mean, why not? If it works, it works. And And who knows, it might even be fun to have a little animal person there in the corner, making the videos a little bit more interesting, a little bit more engaging as well. I don't know what you guys think about the little face rig doggo on the corner. Wolf rather. If it's like distracting, if it actually adds something, if it doesn't add anything at all. I don't know what your thoughts about that are, but I wanted to try and experiment that. See if engagement and whatnot raises a bit in the meanwhile. Because I mean, if engagement raises up, then hooray. If it doesn't, then well, then what can I do? Gotta look up other strategies and alternatives and stuff. But even then, I'm not looking for engagement just for the sake of engagement. Like I don't want people to show up just to be like, random person, yeah, and then vanish forever. Like be here for 2 weeks and then never show up again. I like when people are constant, they show up and they feel compelled to come back and remain here for a long ass time. And I like it. I prefer it that people come here genuinely because they like the content and everything else. But in any case, if there's no webcam going on, a person might just, you know, join in. They might join in on the channel. I don't know. I might be on a quiet streak because I'm working on my stuff here. I might not be saying anything, and then the person who just joined up, they're gonna be like, well, then there's nobody here. I'm gonna go. And I didn't even get a chance to say anything or interact with them, and I didn't get a chance to try and, you know, socialize with them. So it was on me, but I also didn't get a chance to engage with that person. And once, and depending on who the person is, if they show up to a channel, they look at it for a moment and they say, "Well, this was boring. I'm gonna leave." And then for whatever reason, they end up memorizing or remembering what the channel name is. Next time they see me around, I might be doing the most interesting thing in the world. But they'll be like, "Oh, that's Douglas's channel, and last time I was there, he was being very boring, so I'm not gonna join again." So there you go. Because of this one time, I failed to be engaging or entertaining. I lost a potential viewer for a long time. So I'm trying new things to see if I can get more engagement going on and new friends, because if I can get them engaged enough that they stick around for like 3 minutes, that's a much longer time that I have to try and convince them that I'm actually a enjoyable person to watch to, and that my content is actually fun or good or enjoyable in some quality. Now, because of the face rig thing, I have a little bit extra time to try and convince them of that, instead of, you know, having just half a minute, 15 seconds at most. So that is the true reason, Sam, why I am using a face rig thing. Because I want to try and ramp up a little bit the engagement numbers. See if I can make the year of 2019 a year better than the year of 2018 was at the end of it. But Doug, you may say, you shouldn't really care about numbers and engagement. You should care about content and caring about supporting your friendly friends who are there already, who have already been captivated by you and are sticking around, instead of coveting the people that you don't have and not paying attention to the people that you do have. And I mean, sure, that is right. I should pay more attention to the people who are already here than keep wishing for people that aren't here to come. But that doesn't mean I can't do both. Actually try and engage with people that are already here, and also try new tactics to attract other people that aren't here right now. And Sam, you see, you sound a bit excited. Excited or excited today? What word did you mean to write, Sam? I'm not sure which one was it. Because exited or excited can have two very different meanings. And there's nothing wrong with trying to get more viewers and worry about income. I respect that, Mr. Douglas. Oh, thank you for being understanding, Sam. And now there you go. I have done the line art for these last 3 panels. Now all we have to do, wholesomely, is the background for the first and second panel. I'm gonna spend a little time here in the layout, or rather the sketch even, layer, dawdling a little bit of what I think the city is gonna be, like the backdrop. I'm gonna try and use this marker brush to do something a little bit more abstract, and kind of get a sense for how I want the background to be, and then go to Blender, model it, and then come back to Clip Studio and finish it up by importing the thing and drawing it by hand. But anyway, I'll be right back real quick, just a few minutes, and I'll be right back. Enjoy the music, everyone. And I'm back, ready to do some more delicious art. Hopefully delicious. It could be very, very hard to chew, but hopefully it'll be delicious. Hello.
Any ideas?
So, you can't see the layout yet because it's not on that page. This is the layout page. So, I haven't done a whole lot of writing or illustrating even. But my idea was for it to be kind of like a. I think I can explain this better here. It's supposed to be sort of an establishing shot of the city, so you get to like see the city, the big city there in the distance, and you see a train approaching the city. I don't know which angle to use yet. There's weird angles all around and about. My idea is to have this, the city in the distance. We get to see it. Then we get to see a train approaching the city. Somewhere, somehow. And then down here we get to see the train station. We get to see suppose we get to see the train stop inside of the station, and lots of people walking around, and we get to see these two characters, not necessarily closer, but kind of on highlight. So they should have a contrast compared to the rest of everyone else. So there are highlight here, and they're walking away from the train. They just arrived, and then here is the two of them kind of talking, and then they interrupt themselves because they're like, oh no, it's them. And then you get to see these two characters here who are gonna show up in the next page and are going to have a big old discussioning. So what I think about this page here, as you can see, I already threw in this line here, this line and this line. They are gonna help to give a flow of reading. I have explained this many a time now, but what I have in mind for the second panel here is to use this line to make sure that like this entire left side of the station is kind of darkened. Maybe, I don't know, the sun is coming down on some windows, so it kind of makes some like this, so you can highlight just the right side of the screen. Something like that. And then we have a wall there somewhere. I don't know where, but somewhere we have a wall. So we need to decide on the perspective even. There's so much to decide here. But we have a wall, and a lot of the station is darkened because of the sun and stuff. And then we get to and then we have like just some details, not too many details, because otherwise there will be too much details in the left side, which will make this, you'll focus your gaze on the left side because there's not too much details on the right side. I just want just a few details on the left, like a lot of stuff, but too few details, so you don't pay too much attention there. Then I'm gonna throw in some details here as well to focus your gaze to the right side of the page, but also throwing some what do I even call these? Some highlights here, like a big contrast, between black and white here on the right side, but on the left side too little contrast. And on the first panel, like I said, the train arriving at the city from some random direction. So what I'm gonna do now, it's gonna be boring for all of you poor people who can't see what I will be doing. I'll be doing some Google research as always. So let's search for old train station. There's a lot of photos here on Google. I mean, I can't use these photos because of how they are. Like, I can't pick up this photo and slap it in here and hope for it to work. It won't work. But I can use these photos as sort of a good reference for how train stations used to look like back in the day. So I can be like, oh, okay, so it's gonna look like this more or less. But this is a good picture. I think it shows a train, an old train even, parked in a train station. We get to see the platform is very empty. We get to see that the entirety of the train station has very high ceilings. It's not like a condensed, packed up metro station, which is underground, and very small, very compact, and everything is well thought out to use the little space they have. These trains, these old classical train stations, they're really big and they have a lot going on. So we have very high ceilings, lots of windows to shine some light in here. We have a big ass clock down there in the back, lots of supporting I forgot the name of those pillars, columns, whichever goes. We have some big open passages on the back too. This is a good reference picture for a train station. It really helps us get the feel for how it is and what we're gonna be doing with that going forward. And then I think that this one here can also be used. It's a much smaller picture, but you get to see the, well, it's pretty much the same thing, but it's still a useful picture, I think. This other picture here is interesting as well, mostly because of the detail of the supporting columns in here, the lamps hanging from the ceiling. You get a little bit more details of the train outside of the station, so you get to see that the inside and the outside of the station isn't really separated by walls or anything, kind of just there, and you can walk up to the platform if you want. Not advisable, but can be done. This one here looks like concept art, but it's kind of good as well. We can use that one. And then this, I think, is the same photo. It's the same one as this small photo here, but a much bigger version. I don't know why. Except it isn't. Those are two different photos of something that looks like the same but might not be. How weird. But yeah, I wanted to picture more of the platforms kind of perspective and side. All of these photos here, they're shooting more the long end of the platform. They're not showing so much the the short end, which is from one platform shooting a picture to see the other platform. But now I think we have quite a lot of references. For us to try and work out how we're gonna do this. It's gonna be tricky, but let's see. So one thing we can imagine already here is like the train is stopped because of the big ass tall ceiling. We don't need to concern ourselves so much with, you know, rendering the ceiling. Add with a lot of details and lamps and stuff. Can be very small too. And the things at the distance can be slightly different too. This is actually a good photo. We could possibly probably use this one. Well, we can actually use this one. Let's shamelessly throw this one picture in here. Let's see how well this works. Well, there's a good and a bad side for this. The good side is that yes, I can actually use this picture here to show the train arriving at the town. I mean, to show the train in the station and people leaving the train. Problem is, that was meant to be the second panel, not the first. The first was meant to be a establishing shot of the city. So let's go back to the drawing board. And I use this photo here as a reference for the station. And this one here is interesting because it shows me how there's a lot of supporting columns going on, and all of them are kind of just framing. There's not a whole lot going on there. There's also post lamps, posts, I don't even know, kind of laying around this old trash can looking thing. And lots of stuff just kind of laying around. Trolleys for baggages and stuff. Who even knows? Let's throw some of those in there. So for this one I'm thinking a horizon line around here. So we get our characters' heads at this height. Maybe a little bit further down. I want my two characters to be at this place more or less. So let's work around that. Imagine here is a wall. No, imagine the wall is further back. I'm gonna draw some references from this photo here, where the wall is kind of further back. We get to see some openings here to the street, some more pillars and columns going on too. If I had like, if I were doing this, gonna be doing this the right way, I would be using some perspective division to really nail the distance between the posts I haven't done that though. I should. So pretend that there's gonna be columns like following this line here. I'm gonna do it better in the next time around. This one I'm just trying to finish up the concept. So the wall keeps expanding all the way back there. It gets here, it gets higher. It doesn't really end because right more or less over here we have a let's make the horizon line there. Might as well. We don't need to have the horizon line that low. We can have it a little bit higher. That also works. And we're gonna have the back wall. We're gonna do like that other picture we saw. This is our first vanishing point, by the way. Gonna be there. And when I want the side here of the station to be kinda not highlighted, I want it to be shaded. And if we have door openings here, this kind of works. We have door openings here. Pretend there are door openings there. You can use the shadows here to kind of create a create little pockets of light. That work like this. And then pretend that our characters are a little bit further ahead, so they are in the pocket. In this one pocket of light here. Coming through the door, maybe they are a little bit further to the... a little bit further to the right, that so they don't get shaded all on their heads, so you get to see them. And on top of it all, what we could do as well is follow this delicious vanishing point all the way over here, maybe a little bit further. Stop it there, maybe make it go up that way. We can have the train here. But then this entire darker area here is going to be the train. And this right here at the back is this train station wall. With those supporting beams going up like we saw in the reference picture. With one or two horizontal beams as well. And at the same height of the door frame there. Also some openings down there in the back. Because that's how those train stations seem to work, at least. Who knows? Old train stations are some crazy stuff. And then in here, we have the train. You're gonna have to do some perspective division. Shouldn't really nail down the size of this little thing here. Gonna have the engine chimney, maybe letting out some smoke as well. Maybe letting out the smoke in this direction. And over here we can have like more people, but just very small, very more shadows, pretty much. Just like not even gonna bother throwing too much detail on them. Some boxes laying around because there's always boxes in these old stations, according to the reference pictures. I don't know why, but there they are. And then here we go. We have a good enough, I think, concept for this train station panel, which is a view of the train station, of the inside of the train station rather. And on the first panel we're gonna do a view of the city. So this gets a little bit trickier because I want to show the city but also show a train arriving at the station, just so you can see, kind of get a connection between these two panels. So let's see, what do I look for? Kind of want to angle from above, bird view perhaps. It's not a lot of good pictures in here. I mean, there are good pictures, but some of them are illustrations which are very, very crooked. Which cannot be used as, you know, reference. So that's kind of sucky. But anyway, Sam, why did you say that I sounded excited? I don't think I did or said anything that could be construed as me being excited. Or have I? What do I look for? Industrial city. Industrial city bird view. Also, let's go to Creative Uncut. For those of you that don't know, Creative Uncut is a very good site where you can get reference for on, well, almost any game really. There's a lot of games that for whatever reason decide to cooperate with them and put on their part, not the entirety, but a part of their concept art books in there, and then anyone can go and access it for free. And it's really good because if you need resources, if you need references, chances are they have it, and that is delicious. Because you will need that. You will need those references eventually. And if I come here in these references and look up for Assassin's Creed Syndicate, it has a lot of references of buildings and the city, from view from above, from below, from all around, all over the place, and they are really helpful. Even if they don't have like the exact, angle I'm looking for, they have good enough concepts of the buildings and another thing that I can use. And then you said that it's cold, that you can't think, plus the train entering the station and drop off is a good scene. Oh, thank you. I'm trying to find out just a good enough view from above of a city to use for the first panel. I guess that what I could do is try to just look here. There are some interesting enough concepts from Dishonored 1 and 2. You could try and pick one of them up and jab it in there and see how that goes. Let me see. Does Trio City Blender model? Maybe they have one. Because if they do, that's even better. And I don't think that they do, really. Well, nah, they don't. But nonetheless, I'm almost done here. I think I found a good enough picture that I can use. Hard to say if it's a winner though. But I think it's it has a good angle on the city that I can use. And it's gonna be a good reference. Possibly, hopefully, probably. So in here we go. Oops, this is not the file I was looking for. This is it. Let's put all these references into a file called panel 2. Now another folder called panel 1. Normally I don't even save these reference files, I just have them for, you know, when I'm working on the thing, but once I'm done working on the thing, I just delete it. So I am almost positive that this thing here, even though it looks good, it doesn't have a definitive perspective going on. I want to throw in some rulers just so I can see for sure, because this seems so free-handed. There is a possibility that they're using kind of like they have a perspective in mind, but they are free-handing it. This is a problem with this perspectives here, is finding out how they work. And see, if these were to be the actual perspective, it would be crooked, the horizon line, and it can't be crooked. So this would be the actual whole perspective. The vanishing point would be over there. But then those rooftops there, they don't don't agree very much with one another. Let's try this. It's not 100%. I imagine this is kind of hard to see, but there's some blue lines going on over there. Just believe me, there is. They don't very much agree. These blue lines, they don't very much agree with the whole perspective, but it's the more well, they don't agree, and that's it. Let's dial them back a little bit. So they do go back to green, at least a little bit. And then vertical perspective, normally they don't do this. They only do vertical perspectives if they're really wanting to throw in some distortions and whatnot. But anywho, with a perspective like this, I can kind of work out a city. Kinda hard to do that though, because of the ludicrous amounts of triangular roofs that they have going on. And not only that, but every single rooftop has a shitload of little things that I don't even know what they are going on. Like little awnings and chimneys, and way too many chimneys in fact. So you may be wondering now, Doug, what the hell are you doing? Why you're drawing little perspectives into this drawing that is already done, instead of working on your own drawing? Because here I wanted to go and find a good enough perspective. Like, what about this angle? This one very specific camera angle. Can this work for that scene where the train is entering the station? So for example, say, can I have like a big ass train station going on in here? Imagine that it's really close by even. So imagine this, I have a big, huge train station very close by. You get to see it from the inside, from outside. You get to see a train coming in. You get to see houses nearby, so you know, like, ooh, this is a little packet place. They barely have place to put in houses with all this space they have taken to build train lines going in and out of it. And here we can have even a little staircase with a little platform that connects like both sides of the station. And this could be the platforms. And I mean, if this angle works, all we have to work with now is the verticality of this. Like, sure, these are houses, but this is a freaking train station. How close is it even to these houses? And I don't know, maybe this train station is not built on ground, maybe it's built above ground. I don't know why they would do that, but they could have gone and done that. Who knows? We could even go in and throw in a bridge here, like a stone bridge, so you get to see that it is actually above ground. Except though that this works in a better way. And yeah, maybe the train station should be smaller because this is gigantic. And yeah, but I think that this perspective and this angle works, so I'm gonna go down with this. Now all I need is to get a copy of this, so let's open up the capture window 2. Come on, window, capture this window for me. Thank you. Then if I go back now to the actual panel and throw this thing here, let's see if that conforms with this with the thought that I have for this panel. So as you can see, the line I wanted was to do this movement here, and if I throw in it at this perspective, it kind of does that movement naturally. So I think this is it. I have found it. Hooray! So there we go. This is gonna be the angle I'm gonna be using for the first panel. For the second panel, like you guys can see here, it's gonna be the more or less the same thing. I mean, not the same thing. It's gonna be a ground level view of the station with two characters walking out, and then last 3 panels is them walking, stopping, and encountering our other characters. And Sam says, by the way, Douglas, you had a lot of fun yesterday, even played after the time to end. Can we hope for another collab stream someday? Possibly, maybe, who knows? If someone is up to play, Spiker is up to playing with me again, or if some of you wanna play some delicious game, you can always get in touch with one another and set up a play date. Who knows? As soon as the streamer have fun, sometimes it's a thing that pleases the viewer. Aww, that's so nice of you, Sam. And also, hello there, Air Medics Ranger. Welcome to the stream. How you're doing today? And how are things? Hot but good. It's summer over here, by the way. And yeah, things are good. I'm really getting this thing done. I thought I was gonna take forever drawing this page here, but it's coming up real nice. And Air Medics Ranger, you said you talk about jobs in your chat. What do you mean jobs in my chat? We need 3 drawings done. And you guys have winter and a lot of snow for a change. Well, I wish I had snow. We don't. The Sam says here's not the place for commissions. Yeah. Unfortunately, alas, I don't take commissions currently. So if there's any inquiry for those, I am very sorry to say that those are not gonna be happening. But there are many friends who may be into that. I'm sorry about that, Ranger. But yeah, I am not taking up commissions or drawing ideas right now. So what I'm gonna do here is shamelessly copy this this picture. By copy, I mean throw it in here. Yep. I'll be using this one as reference. Oh, come on. Software. What the hell is going on? Oh, that's what's going on. I see. I'm gonna put in this picture there. I'm gonna use this as reference for the perspective and whatnot, and then we're gonna see where else that goes from there. Hey, real nailed down the place. Look at that. How cool. And then I'm gonna be working on this panel here. Then these other three panels are already done, so there's nothing else to fiddle on with them. So would you look at that? In the end, we didn't even need to use Blender after all. Samuel said, what kind of drawing do you need? You can see if some artists you know are free. Oh, you said that, yeah, you said that I'm not taking any commissions at right now, because I'm working on this comic project, which is a personal comic project, and also what's it called? Well, I also do streams, so I have little time for taking on outside work. And Ranger said you need a cutaway drawing so you can see inside. So you can see inside the building and outside of a house, restaurant, and commercial building. Oh my god, that sounds so very specific, but so right up my alley. God damn it. Yeah, I'm afraid I know very little people who are into. Who know a thing or two about architecture to help you with that. I'm sorry, but I don't know who to direct you to. And Ranger, you would like to eventually, you need the ventilation systems. Oh boy. And other things that would affect the building envelope. Well, yeah, I don't know who to recommend to you. But what's the name of that thing? There's a site called Fiverr. You can always go there and see, and on Fiverr you can post up what you want, and people can always go and well, you can hire a freelancer to do your thing for you. So maybe that'll work, I don't know. And sure thing, Sam, you will be right back and we'll be here waiting. But anyway, finishing up here, this is gonna be the first panel. Backdrop of the city, establishing shot, this time from a very close-up view. And it's gonna be a very detailed one, so hang in there, everyone. Second one will be inside of the train station shot. I'm gonna be using this other folder here with references for stuff like this, little pillars and other stuff that you can find inside the train station. Those fancy things that I know nothing of. And that's it. And I'll be posting up this page tomorrow, hopefully. And Airmatic Ranger, you would like to find someone that can draw it online live on Twitch. That's even harder to do. A lot of people are not super duper fans of doing commission work on Twitch, but I'm sure you can find someone. I am not the one for that, I'm afraid. And I also don't know anyone else who does that. And Ranger said this is why the images you get done could be used for comics or video game potential, depending on how many people we could get involved. Oh boy, sounds like a big endeavor. Well, Aromatic Stranger, I wish you good luck with that. But anyway, this is it for today, folks. I did a lot of work on the comic today. Late as always. This page will be going up tomorrow, and I'm gonna spend the rest of the time working on it, to make sure that, you know, it's done by then. Look at that. Now we have a me in here too. Yay. So I'm gonna be doing a lot of work on this comic page today to make sure it goes up tomorrow, and then I'll be streaming something different, possibly, hopefully, and that's it for today. So thank you so very much, everyone, for joining up. I hope you guys had a delicious time here watching the stream, that you were able to learn something or two from, as always, from me doing art. And I'll be seeing you guys next time. Next time being tomorrow at the same time, doing the same thing or not, but doing something. And if you have any thoughts on, well, all of the stuff that happened on today, let me know. I would love to hear what you guys think of everything that transpired here today. And other than that, I hope you guys have a delicious day of the tours. And remember to go and check out one of our many friends, one of them being Dodger, who's a cool ass dude-a-roo who is playing some Stardew Valley, I think, and you guys should go and check him out because he's a very, very energetic fellow, and if you need to wake up, he's the one who wanna be waking you up. So let's go check him out, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. Enjoy the music and have a delicious, wonderful day of the tours. Goodbye, everyone.